Namaste, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant Rising signs. Finally, we've made it to your video, and I'm happy to do this video for you. They have really been just like very powerful energy. These readings are not only for the month of January, but they're also going to have a few cards drawn to look at 2018 in retrospect. Now that we've gotten to this point where we're in 2019, or we're really on the tail end of 2018, what does Spirit and your spirit guides want you to know about 2018? What can I tell you? And I'm also going to do some cards for 2019, themes of 2019. So the reading is a little bit longer. The last, 3 of them or so have been 2-part videos and over an hour long. I'm not really anticipating your sign being any different. Pisces, you are the 12th sign. Right now as I'm recording, we've got Mars transiting through Pisces. Mars is in Pisces, and it's going to be going home to the first house sign of Aries right around New Year's. And this is really like synchronistic and just meaningful and so interesting to me. We have a bunch of coming home energy really before us right now. And I'm definitely talking about astrology a little bit in this video, so if that's not your thing, maybe it's not the video for you if it's going to ruin the card experience. But anyways, we have this coming home energy. The North Node went into the sign of Cancer, the sign of the moon. Sagittarius and Jupiter finally are together again after Jupiter's year-long stay in Scorpio. It was in Scorpio for most of 2018. And just other planets as well. Saturn, home in Capricorn this year. We had Mars and Venus retrograding in 2018, and they won't be doing that. It'll be direct forward movement with those planets, and it's really interesting. 2018 had a really heavy scorpionic influence, and I'm definitely having to talk about this in these videos and bring this up because it was just, we had Jupiter there. Jupiter stays in a sign for about a year, like I mentioned, and Jupiter is a planet of benevolence and good luck and good fortune and expansion and spiritual growth and all these wonderful things. But I feel like when it gets into the sign of Scorpio, I have personal planets in Scorpio, so I was under the impression this was gonna just be wonderful for me. And it was challenging for me as well. I think when Jupiter gets to Scorpio, it's like, even though it's this good-natured planet, it's tired. It's tired from its long journey around the wheel. It's a little bit cranky. And so that was going on. And then we also had Mercury and Venus both retrograde in the sign of Scorpio this year, which extended their stay. Scorpio is a water sign like Pisces, so it's considered one of your sister signs, and I'm very excited to see how this affected you and what's going on looking forward. So I have 5 different decks here today. I'm using the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle deck by Judy Hall. Beautiful deck, however, does not show me how to pronounce the names of the crystals, so I won't be able to do that for you. So I will give you a view of the card which displays the name. And then we have the Wisdom of Trees Oracle by Jane Struthers. This also doesn't give pronunciations of the names of the trees, but most of them I can pronounce. Anyway, I like to use the book with both of these decks, and I'm going to be calling upon their assistance for help with 2018, goodness, Pisces, and 2019. Also using the Zodiac Oracle, the Secret Language of Color Cards Oracle, and I will be using the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards once we get into the zoomed in look for the month of January, where I'll be doing a week by week. And color card theme for y'all for January. So for your video, I have water that I've charged before me. Really interesting trip on the later signs of the zodiac and recording for me. So synchronistic and, like I said, interesting journey. Remember, you can listen for your sun sign, your moon sign, and your ascendant rising sign with these if you would like to. So you may be viewing more of the videos. And I have to tell you what happened here. I don't have to, but I feel motivated to tell you what happened here. Well, I shuffle these a little bit. They have been pre-shuffled, but just to get your energy in here a little bit more. With the sign of Capricorn, before I started recording, I got really mindful about it. I went outside. I put my feet on the ground, and I did a grounding exercise, and I made a cup of coffee and set the intention to ground myself and connect with the earthy Capricorn energy and channeling reading. And then with Aquarius, I went outside and I thought, this is weird. I did all that for Capricorn. What am I supposed to do for Aquarius? Like, I should go hang gliding or something. What am I supposed to do for Aquarius? I came back in and my technology was messed up. So Uranian, like Aquarian, right? And so I'm like, oh, that's cute. So I dealt with that. I put like a ring of doves in my imagination. I put a ring of doves around the circle while I was recording for Aquarius. And so I had that link up with Aquarius as well. For you guys, Pisces, I was delayed from doing a video, right? I had to be put off a few days. I didn't get to it before I needed to take a weekend, and this weekend actually I went to a show, a concert. I was invited to a concert, so music and Pisces, that synced up too. And now I've got my charged water here for you as well, Pisces. This is definitely your reading. Very special. The other ones, the earlier signs, they were very cool too. Doing them, but this is just, I don't know, the videos have been even longer, over an hour long, that, giving you the best reading I can here. It's hard to admit stuff that I don't know. Here we go. Let's see what your crystal card and your tree card are for 2018. Okay, I think this is Quantum Quattro. That's how I would try to spell it. It's a lovely blue, maybe tinged green colored stone crystal here. 2018. And then you have this lovely card, the papal tree. All right. So if you do listen to more of the videos, you may notice that I'm really doing intuitive reading, so some of the order is different, like in Aries, or in one of them I did the whole 2018 spread before I flipped any 2019 cards. There's subtle differences there, but each one has the same content, I do believe. Okay, Monterey Pine. I don't know why, I was almost hoping for you guys to get a different colored stone. So we have in 2018 this beautiful green stone. It's more green than blue, and your other one in 2018 was more blue. And then we have Monterey Pine, or Monterey. I'm trying to read upside down now as well, because this card did come up in verse for you. So, hang in there. Let's get those zodiac cards and that color card out. And we'll open the book and give a read and look into 2018. Doing a retrospect for Pisces. Okay. You guys have Aquarius, and you have Gemini reverse coming up. Your sister sign Scorpio, right? When I did the readings, and they've had some interesting energy relations with those two, with Aquarius, Uranus, Gemini. But like I mentioned, Mercury, Gemini's planet, ruling planet, did retrograde in Scorpio, your sister sign. So let's see what we have for a color card. Brilliance, discover your sparkle. Okay, Pisces. So I do feel like in 2018, some of what was going on caught you guys off guard or was surprising for you, especially about the way the messages, intuitive messages, the way Spirit was trying to prompt you to be social or involved with other people that you're not that close with. They're not really the most intimate connections. Gemini has to do with cousins and other extended family, step family. Excuse me. It also has to do with acquaintances, casual conversations. But Gemini is about speaking and communication and doing, it's research as well. So it's the third house energy, and in 2018 it's showing me a blockage with that. It's showing me you guys working on the blockage, right? That part of the theme with 2018 was healing this blockage or imbalance. And I feel like in order to do that, you kind of had to ground yourself with compliments and recognition, okay, about what you can do, even in the darkness, even in the face of darkness and your demons. And this is a gorgeous color card. Hopefully you're able to get a good view of it here. Brilliance, the waterfalls. So I've also been telling the story in all of the videos about this Scorpio Jupiter energy and the way that I experienced it. So the way that I experienced this is like during other times, right, when Jupiter's in other signs, and during other times, most of the time we're accustomed to walking around in this room, right, and there's curtains on this room, there are demons, right, and we have an awareness of them, but we don't really focus on them or pay them any attention. We go about our lives and our business, and they kind of stay behind these curtains. Maybe we hear like a noise from them now and then or something, but we're very well trained to not really pay much attention and do our own thing. And that's the unconscious that I'm talking about a lot. With these demons, a lot of it is our own unconsciousness, our fears, doubts, our self-criticism, and many other things. But with Jupiter and Scorpio, it was as if this force came along and said, okay, started pulling the curtains back, but now it's time to sort of include these demons. Like, they're here, we're going to look at them. That's the scorpionic thing to do, the depths of the oceans and secrets, hidden truths and mysteries and stuff. That's all associated with the 8th house and the sign of Scorpio. So that was going on, and so we were all dealing with that situation individually in our own way. And so, I give the analogy further that or the story goes on further, that some of us, maybe spent most of the year just sort of listening to these demons like howling and making these frightening noises and tried to have patience and wait it out, right? Or maybe, you were running from the demons, or you're fighting them, or, some common, maybe you tried a little bit of each, right? But we were all interacting with these demons, just running around, running about, because Scorpio does govern. And please understand, I'm not talking about people when I say their zodiac sign. Like if I said Pisces does, I may not be talking about people unless I specify that I am talking about people. I'm talking about the energy of the 8th house and the sign of Scorpio. So Scorpio is the sign of the underworld and the Trinity, the life, death, rebirth cycle. The Scorpio, the eagle, and the dove, or the phoenix. And it's about change and transition. So it was like this weird sort of monster demon party thing going on. Anyway, we've made it through now. We also had, some interesting energy with Uranus, planet ruling Aquarius, tiptoeing into Taurus, the opposite sign on the wheel from Scorpio. And then it did a little retrograde dance. It's currently in Aries. So there was a lot of this Aquarian energy felt by some too. And now this could be having to do with your nervous system. This could be having to do with surprises or shocks, and for better or for worse. This could have to do with electronics and technology. This can have to do with humanitarian things, humanitarian thoughts, events, so forth. Okay. Humanitarianism is in this 11th house, Aquarian energy. Innovative thinking, inventions, thinking outside of the box, quirkiness, eccentricity. Did I say that wrong? I may have. So I'm going to keep that in mind, and we're going to read the crystal and the tree card now. I love how much more insight I've been getting from opening these books. Let's go ahead and start with the tree. Enlightenment is the key word associated with this tree. It happens to be on page 33, a master number. Okay. It says, set aside some time each day for meditation. Sit quietly and listen to the sounds around you so that you honor each moment. Practice mindfulness in which you are aware of everything that you do from minute to minute. Okay. For some of you, you may have discovered this for yourself in 2018 and put this into play and started doing this, utilizing this opportunity and tool that you're given on planet Earth. For some of you, Spirit may have been, and your guides may have been waiting on you to start doing this, hoping that you would get it, or encouraging you, so forth. And for some of you, this may be a message of how to integrate 2018 and really thrive in the 2019 energies that are coming. It says, set aside some time each day for meditation. Sit quietly and listen to the sounds around you so that you honor each moment. Practice mindfulness in which you are aware of everything that you do from minute to minute. Awareness. This is so beautiful, and it really, to me, alright, talking to my sister sign here, to me, Pisces, what I see is they're letting you know, like, the map here and the sort of the pathway to part of your core, your center, your heart center, and your core. And showing you, like, you sparkle, right? You sparkle. And you're in connection with spirit and your higher self and at greatest peace when you implement this, when you implement meditation and are able to relax. Like, it's giving you a pathway here. I don't know, Pisces. It's exciting to see what's going to come up with the crystal. And I'm not sure what's going on with that Gemini, or was going on with that Gemini reversed energy for you. I think that's probably differing somewhat from Pisces to Pisces. There's my book. Okay. So this card is number 12, like the house of Pisces, the 12th house. And then we have Aquarius, the sign before your own. That's actually triggering some excitement within me, because what is in store for us over there in 2019? Okay, remember I said we had all this coming home energy, and the planets like to be at home. They're most comfortable in their home sign. This is very liberating energy. So this is the sign before yours. Like, what's happening over here in 2019? Is it going to be Pisces coming up? Is it going to be, an energy of coming home? All right, synergy is the key word with this crystal. It has amazing healing power and a dramatic effect on physical vitality. It brings about an energetic shift and integration. Healing insight is recognizing that you cannot heal anyone else or influence their behavior. Enhances your own well-being. There's a typo in there. I read it right out of the book. Divination. Karmic aspects need healing. Your question is nowhere near as straightforward as it seems. So dig deep and see all sides. The power of the whole is much greater than its component parts. Once you have all the information, you are invincible and evolve rapidly. So 2018, those heavy Scorpio energies was in alignment, I think, for a lot of you with your desires, intense willingness to evolve, transform, have change occur. And it really called upon some of your strengths, some of your strengths related to emotions and healing and psychic, or I wish I could think of a better word for it, but super consciousness. Your super consciousness, your sensitivity, the things associated with water. For some of you, it might even been about dreams, about sleep therapy. All right. Self-understanding says you are an extremely complex person who is seeking wholeness within yourself. Examine all facets of your personality, especially those you hide from yourself or others. Accept those of value. Find the gift hidden deep within mistakes. Forgive and let go. Release yourself from codependencies and abusive relationships. Heal your inner child. Recognize the resources you have to draw on. Okay, so this is theme messages for your sign for 2018. Let's get into 2019. Theme messages, I apologize. They are theme messages and they are retrospective messages. So some of this information for some of you may resonate and find its place as messages about how to integrate 2018 now that we're in 2019. Sorry about that. Alright, let's get those beautiful color cards and zodiac cards on the table for 2019. My inner child gets excited sometimes. Like, I'm really drawn to the colors here with your tree card for 2019. It's that beautiful light green, like kissed by the sun. Releasing worries. I don't remember what the book says about this card, however, so I'll be shuffling for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant Rising signs. The year 2019. Tangerine, be spontaneous and have fun. Yeah, Pisces. Absolutely. The Sun card, now that is a coming home to self energy for anybody, and Mars. So the Sun card is a coming home to self energy. It's an energy of being in your authenticity, having vitality, having energy, really illuminating out your personality and being comfortable with who you are and being comfortable with your personality. Mars is also energy. It's your energy in general, and it's how it's channeled. It can be channeled into warrior energy. It can be channeled in very healthy ways. It is coming up right side up. Okay. This may have to do with your personal chart and some things you have happening with the first house, happening with the sign of Aries, where Mars is, and same for Scorpio as well, because Mars co-rules Scorpio. So anything you have translating through the 8th house or in Scorpio, there could be something going on there for you, and that might be interesting to discover. But I'm seeing like you guys are actually moving forward and having a healthier expression of your passions, of your energy. This also has to do with libido sometimes. Mars does. Alright, so this is exercise. Definitely more exercise, or some sort of healing to the exercise, right? Could be incorporating a different type of exercise. Yoga. For some people who are very active, like athletes, this may be resting from exercise. But regardless, it looks nice. It looks nice. Mars is also behaviors. It's behaviors, and it's what we're passionate about. So I'm seeing like positivity and a returning to your authenticity, or returning home. And it might be like a part of you that you didn't know was there, but has always been there for you. I mean, you have the power to do this now that we're in 2019, Pisces. You have the respect of the universe. You have the power. You are loved. You've gone through that whole like wacky funhouse, wacky scary funhouse of 2018 with that heavy scorpionic tide, and you are a sister sign of Scorpio. Like, it's almost like there's reward. There's really a deep, vast amount of spiritual, emotional, like healing type rewards, and this could have to do with money as well. Yeah, it sure could. There's no friggin' like electric fence between the two. Alright, I'm really getting interested in these 3 cards up front here for you now, with the tree card, the crystal card, and the color card. And after I read this for you, I'm actually going to close out your video and immediately take a break and then come back and jump into the part 2 instead of letting it run out of time like I did with the others. Let's go ahead and look at that crystal card first before we take a break if necessary. Right? Pause for a little bit of water. Wow. This is very sunny, beautiful energy. And for some of you, this may be pointing to warmer months, late spring, summer months, for some reason. Okay, it is number 4. Very, balance, grounding, foundation. Self-love is the key word associated with this crystal. It's tranquil and sustaining. It encourages you to remain serene and strong during change or challenge, dissolving destructive emotional programming. It increases energy assimilation. Okay, so I think the situation here is for some of you, you're very comfortable and like working with that sister sign, fellow water sign, Scorpio 8th house energy. Okay, and change and transformation and these things that are associated with it. And for some of you, that's not your truth right now. You're not so comfortable with it. It's not really your cup of tea. So keep in mind this is a general reading, and I'm reading for both sets of you, and some people who fall in between as well. But there is still that energy from that fellow water sign. The Mars, right? Co-ruling planet of Scorpio is up here, Mars. And now we're getting into talking about dissolving destructive emotional programming. Okay, sometimes we have to face it first and see it, and that would be in the 8th house, right? But also, releasing, dissolving. It doesn't matter the astrology of it, but if you are in resistance to it, for some of you, it may be helpful to think of it as your sister house energy and just learn and educate yourself a little bit more about it, is what's coming through for me, having this lovely Mars card up here as part of your reading and this Sun card. So the healing insight with this crystal: bitterness and self-doubt have no place in well-being. It is good to nourish your body with self-love and gentleness. Divination: forgive yourself. Accept with equanimity what you cannot change. Let go of hurt and rectify situations that can be healed. Be magnanimous. Remain impartial and speak your own truth, but recognize when to keep silent. Magical rituals may keep you chained to the past. There may be past life trauma to heal around being a woman. Okay, these are all possible ways for this card's message to manifest in your life, and advice that comes with this card. That doesn't mean that all of this stuff is going to be relevant or pertain or affect all of you. Okay, general reading. And as far as magical rituals go, keep in mind that we have this Sagittarian energy now. We have Jupiter coming home to Sagittarius and hopefully like getting comfortable in his fuzzy slippers and, radiating out that Jupiterian good fortune, blessings, higher spiritual perspective energy. And when you look at it from a higher spiritual perspective, in greater truths, magic rituals are everything we do. Okay? So basically the book is saying something you're doing may keep you chained to the past. And we've moved out of that Scorpio energy. And Scorpio sometimes does like to anchor things into the past. And Sagittarius, I feel means well and like wants you to feel liberated and free. So if you have been chained for a period of time for some reason, some stage of learning or development, or experiment of the superconscious or subconscious, whatever God's plan, then you don't have to be anymore. It's really a choice and a matter of strengthening your heart energy, I think, and your faith and your heart energy here. This is a heart chakra crystal, right? It resonates nicely and helps heal the heart chakra. Self-understanding. You have an infinite capacity for forgiveness. Love yourself. If you cannot accept yourself, you cannot give love or accept the love of others. Deeper truth, right? Deeper truth's coming out now. Scorpio reveals deeper truths with the help of Sagittarius. So in a lot of ways, there's definitely shift and a difference between the energies of 2018 and the energies of 2019 that came out on my table here. But in this way, there is a continuation and a flow here and a similarity. Okay? But it's beautiful and it's good, and it's, with that moving into the Sagittarian energy, it's a whole different ballpark as far as opportunities and ways of integrating and healing. Okay. So we have that greater truth that love yourself. If you cannot accept love yourself, if you cannot accept yourself, it says, you cannot give love or accept the love of others. Also, to heal your emotional black hole, connect to the universal love that is inside you. It never runs out. You can give love out to the world and receive it in a never-ending flow. So remember that beautiful Jupiterian energy of abundance. It's the sign of abundance. And we've got this homecoming energy in 2019 affecting you in that way that it was shown. Did I read the tree card? Because I feel like I didn't read that tree card. That tree card stands out to me so much. There's another passage in there, so if I did, I'm going to read that additional passage. That be spontaneous and have fun card coming up with tangerine. So we have what in numerology? 17 to 8, and that's the 8th house too. I do really feel like that's part of a code, and there is an empowerment key for you there. Okay. But be spontaneous and have fun. Tangerine, that is so gorgeous to see here. Very liberating. Very assuring that, that Archer is here with us, and sometimes we're going to hit that target, and we're going to get our way, and it's going to be great. So there's no reason to be so serious sometimes and lose ourselves. You can come home to yourself. Okay. I did not read it yet. Its keyword is purpose. It says, I grow tall and straight as I stretch ever upward toward the sky. My timber is used around the world, so I am planted more widely than any of my pine cousins. I signify strength of purpose, and I can help you to find your own purpose in life too. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful and cute. You guys are coming off as like your Quorant card being represented as a tree. Okay. Right way up. It says, let yourself be guided by your inner sense of purpose. Know what you have to do and then focus on it. Don't allow yourself to be distracted by superficial tasks or diversions that waste your time and effort. Now, I think that this card may have come up in verse, or for some of you it's trying to, because I feel so strongly pulled towards that. And so I'm not going to throw my instincts down the toilet. I'm going to listen to them, and I'm going to go with that. Mars, by the way, has to do with instincts. It's very fiery energy. It is currently hard for you to concentrate on anything for long, making it difficult to achieve what you've set out to do. Ask yourself why this is. Are you simply feeling restless and bored, or are you frightened to reach your full potential? Both of those may come up for some of you in 2019, okay? But Spirit's coming to this table saying basically to me, like, but remind them they're the 12th sign on the wheel. They can handle it. Like, they are the old ancient one, sort of, as well as like the gestation phase in the zodiac. So I mean, that wisdom is bestowed upon you and within you, and you can connect in with that. Like, here's the map. Here's you. Core in the tree, right? Grounded in earth. And then your heart center, your vitality and your authenticity and your radiance. And it's sort of like encircled by this lovely tangerine card of be spontaneous and have fun. It's like it always was, and it still is, before, during, after. You always have permission to go ahead and do that. All right, Pisces, I hope that you will come back and watch part 2. I'm going to take a little break now, and I'm looking forward to pulling those January cards for you.